Hi, I'm Siobhan from Foxglove Farm. So about 10 years ago I started rescuing horses from the pound or the slaughterhouse, and I would have got them better and made sure they had a good home. But about that time I ended up taking ill but had a very serious accident. I got crushed in a shipping container. It was my own fault, but that sort of put end to heavy work, and then I obviously took ill. So I've got Behçet's syndrome, and that brought on ME with other issues also, plus the very bad pelvis injury. So I took ill for a very long time, and I was heading in a downward spiral, I suppose. I lost my job. I suppose I lost really who I was, because I wasn't me anymore. And I found great peace in just going outside. So that's what really started the I want to be here. So the horses would have been here originally in this shed and around the land originally about 10 years ago. And then the opportunity came that I could live here. So that's what really started everything. So it's brilliant for mental health, and it's the best thing I'm so glad I took ill. It was the best thing that's ever happened, because you finally realise it's not all about the rat race and get up, go to work, make the money, get out at the weekend. It's just too much for the body to handle. And stress is one of the biggest killers, especially our generation. There is too much. We're being pulled so many ways between technology, work. It's just too much. We can't handle it. And this is just something brilliant. And a lot of the things I won't see grown. It will be more my nephew that'll see it. But it's a legacy that I want to leave. I won't have children, so you feel like you need to leave something, or a part of you needs to be left behind. I don't know. It's nice. So one of the big issues that I wanted to have here is to make sure the land worked for me. And I knew that I would always have this huge shock. This would have been an original flax hole with the land. So I thought I'll look into ducks. So I've just got a caterpillar following me. There you go, wee one. There we go. Sorry. I don't like killing anything. You sit down. You want to sit down? Sit. So somebody had on Dundee drakes going to a free home. So that's boy ducks. So I says I'll take them. So that's what really started the ducks then. After a while I felt bad for them. They need a wee bit more company. So then that's what started the ducks off. Just purely by fluke, but like they do sell their eggs, and obviously Mama Goose, her eggs get sold as well, and that would help towards their feed. Obviously medicine, the pigs need vaccinated. They also need certain tests done every year by DARD and stuff like that, so it all contributes to whatever little bit I have. And also maybe if I could maybe get another couple. You can always never have too much. So these ones here are Muscovy ducks. They are escape artists. They can climb, they can dig, they can fly. So normally I'm very much let nature be nature and not touch them, but because they fly, I do have to clip their wings. But that's about the only thing out of everybody that I've not kept the way it should be. I'll say I'm having a conversation. It's basically every day is a day of who's boss. Every animal has a hierarchy. It's just like horses, and everything has to have a hierarchy. If there's no hierarchy, it does not work. So you have to have a boss, you have to have the lower bit, and then you have the middle. But if somebody's sick, you'll find them, you'll see the lower one to that trying to come up to see can we get higher. It's fascinating. So when I first came here, the land was in serious neglect. It hadn't been touched, and I mean fertiliser, pesticides, even ploughed or resown since the war, so about 1940, 1950, which is a good thing in a way, but in another way it's going to take a long time to get it back to the way it should be. So to help with the rushes, I've planted, there's 274 trees planted, not including my fruit trees. So the ducks have their own cherry trees, the pigs have their own plum trees and crabapple trees. So that's also another thing as well to help out with their diet. Really, it's good for them. There was 300 plants planted, 25,000 seeds, and that's not including the grass seed. So the land was resown with a very specific grass feed for pigs, so it has a lot of clover and herbs and more digestible grasses for pig tummies, and that was by a company down south. So everything that I try to have is Irish or local as I can get it, because I'm just very aware of miles and I try my best. There's vegetables growing as well. I had pumpkins, but Micheál decided to get in and have a nibble, so I have no more pumpkins. The beetroot took a battering as well, so I was going to do, obviously I will do beetroot and eggs, pickle them for the winter time, and just even reducing everything being consumed here. So no tea bags are here because that's plastic, just buy loose leaf. Toilet roll, that's all bamboo. It's so handy, just one click the button and you can make small little changes in your life to be sustainable. And that would be my ultimate goal here, is to be sustainable with my animals in tow. And hopefully the next generation will appreciate what I've tried to do here. It's to bring back nearly like your grandfather's era. It's more harken back to the way it should be. Have your own animals. Don't be going to a massive farm that has 10,000 birds in a house, pumped full of antibiotics, steroids. My pigs don't need anything like that because they have enough room to move. They have enough room to be happy. They wallow, they see the sunlight, they have grass on their feet. We're killing the planet slowly and we're being oblivious to it. It's not the way it should be. This is the way animals should be, and pigs should be in the wallow and be able to even lie down and roll over, So the reason why I did start with the pigs is for the land, really. Pigs are amazing. What they do is they'll root up the land. They will, in the winter time, rushes and docken roots become sweet, so they'll eat those roots, which means then in turn summertime they don't grow. So everything here has to have some sort of purpose to improve the place. So that's why the pigs are here. But it's brilliant because they're just lovely. Very, very intelligent. They can be sad, they can be happy. They have a whole range of sounds. When they have piglets, a mummy will sing to their babies to make them sleep. If I call them and they're happy, they'll wag their tails. They can sit, they can stay. They know the word no. They're very intelligent. But once I got the pigs, I ended up reseeding the whole land specifically for pigs. So there's a lot of herbs and clover and different things like that. But the land is getting healthier for them. The land's getting healthier because of them. So also, because of the animals I have rescued, there is a GoFundMe page just to help out. Even £1 something can really help, especially now winter coming in. Feed has went, so one bag of corn has went from about £5 to £11 a bag, and that's not straw or hay or anything like that. So this winter is going to be a real telling. I think there's going to be a lot of animals going to be up for adoption. But if you are going to do that, don't abandon them. Don't, please ring somebody. There are so many charities and even sanctuaries and even anybody. Ring your council. Don't just abandon them at the side of the road. Don't do what's my animals had here, been locked in a shed and the people moved house. Don't do it, you know, because people will think more of you for ringing a charity or a sanctuary, or even your local vet can point you in the right direction than you just abandoning them. So you should just try your best to do the right thing, do the best thing for them at that moment, because no animal deserves to be neglected or left out in the rain.